Hello everyone, Magic Maree welcoming you back, and of course my beautiful friend Jasper. So today again I'd love to set that intention of whatever wisdom or whatever little tidbits that you can take away from our chat is perfect, and also leaving with just a little bit more peace and a little bit more joy in your life. So to start with though, of course, I love doing a ritual to help with that intention and set that in. So I'm going to light our lapis lazuli candle. And while I'm doing this, I'd just love to ask, has anyone started to do a little ritual for themselves? Whether it's around when you're cooking or when you're actually doing some sort of project for yourself, or are you having a beautiful bath with candles? Whatever it is that you've done that you committed to from last time, just pop it into the comment section for us. And it's really nice to see people starting to honor themselves, care for themselves, and understand how important our connection in to our divine self is, our inner self, remembering who we truly are. So what I'll do first is I want to run a beautiful meditation with you. There's quite a few now that you can always go back and recheck, because they're usually at the very beginning of the session. So if you need some ideas, if you want to do more meditating, just feel free to pop back and actually look at the meditations that we've run so far. I like to vary it so that you can feel the difference in energy as we work with different frequency, different colors, and different intention. So today, again, just make sure you're comfortable before we start. And when I say the words see, sense or feel, just know if you don't see or sense or feel, it's not a problem. Just have the intention, because that's enough. Our intention is extremely powerful. So let's get into a beautiful space of being connected. So just gently close your eyes for me. Make sure your feet are nice and firm on the floor, or you're resting comfortably. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, drop your body, drop the whole tension you've been holding, let it go. Another breath in. And this time, take your attention as you breathe out into that beautiful, big heart space of yours. So once again, we're going to start with a white light, a bright, brilliant white light that begins to birth from deep within your heart. And as this light expands, it opens your heart. It releases any pain, any blocks, anything that is not of love. And as this white light keeps expanding, it expands down through your torso and your hips, all the way through your legs into your toes, vibrating this white light. It continues up through your chest, your arms, into your neck and head. And as this vibrant white light keeps expanding out into your energy field, it also connects up with the crystalline white light that comes up from the earth, up through the grid lines, and merges with your beautiful white light, creating a sense of peace, of calm, of clarity. And as white light has its own consciousness, it releases any cords or hooks or ties that are going to someone else or to a situation where you've been losing energy, and you don't need to. So let this white light do exactly what it needs to do with you. We're going to also take our attention now back to our beautiful heart. And as you tune into your heart, and this white light continues to flow, see, sense or feel, or have the intention of a deep emerald green, vibrant light pouring through your heart. And as this happens, there's an aspect within your heart, your inner child, that is noticed, acknowledged, and it begins to heal if there's any trauma or pain through that inner child. Feel the vibration of that green light. Feel the sense of calm and peace coming through with it. We're just going to sit with that for another 5 to 10 seconds. Now we're going to just gently come back into the here and now. To do this, just focus on your breath. Wiggle your toes, feel the ground. Coming back into now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Beautiful. It's very simple to meditate. You can even write your own meditations for an aspect that you'd like to tap into within yourself, or to clear any blocks within yourself as well. So firstly, I want to actually tune into Jasper again, because he helps me get clarity. I always get a lot of information clairvoyantly or through my clairaudience. And all of us have these abilities, by the way. So it's sometimes just a matter of practicing as well. But Jasper helps me to get even a bigger picture again. So I'm going to ask Jasper what's happening on our beautiful earth with our beautiful global consciousness that includes us as humans and where we're at, and just see what's actually coming through, what words of wisdom or what images he can show me. So straight away, what he's showing me, it's like a gap is coming through, but it's filled with gold. And it's like it's again balancing, something's being balanced, but there's more and more gold coming through. So gold to me is the frequency of Christ consciousness. And I remember I wasn't much into the Bible, even though I was brought up Catholic. However, I do remember the one of the statements that stood out for me was that when Jesus said, "You too shall do what I have done and more." So when I have that gold color coming through, or I feel this frequency, it is Christ consciousness, which is enabling us to be at that certain vibration, to be able to create miracles and to manifest as well. So thank you, Jasper. So I'm going to pop him back over there. And then I'm going to actually, I'm going to pull a card now first up of our beautiful Chakra Cards. And then what we're going to do is go on to talk about manifesting. With that Christ consciousness energy coming in, things are manifesting or happening a lot quicker. So you can think of something, and sometimes it just happens really quickly. So we're going to go in and talk about that, because that's something I have had a question put in about. But firstly, we're just going to tune into our beautiful earth and just see what the message is from earth for us today. So I'm going to shuffle these gorgeous chakra cards and see what comes up from our beautiful earth. Okay, I'm going to do the divination again, which is where I pop them out. And then I use my hand. Sometimes one will just stand out at me. I'll see it and I'll go, oh, it's got to be that one. But more often than not, I'm a bit tactile, so I like to feel it. They can often be hot or tingly, and it can be quite obvious compared to the other cards. Okay, it's coming in here where it's quite hot, so I'm going to separate these two and just double check that, yeah, it was definitely this one that felt very hot. So I'll pop these away. And let's have a look and see which one that we're getting the message from today. Oh. Okay, so this beautiful forgiveness card has come up yet again. And if you've watched my other YouTubes, you'll know that it popped up in the first two. And then we went into balance. It's coming back into forgiveness again. And I'm going to look at the card and actually channel through what the message is that I'm getting here. Interesting. So the feeling I'm getting from this card and when I look at it is that, again, we really need to have more forgiveness for ourselves. Being here on earth is not easy. It's not an easy gig. And we can be very judgmental and be very hard on ourselves. And sometimes that's how we've been almost indoctrinated to do, is to beat ourselves up instead of acknowledging our amazingness, our incredible brilliance as divine beings here in an avatar. This body is an avatar. We're here in a video game. So it's time the earth is asking for us to forgive ourselves, because as this beautiful gold frequency keeps coming in, and it was so much thicker and so much stronger within the earth herself, we also need to raise our frequency to help with that process. So if there's anything that you feel you've judged yourself over, or that you constantly have going around in your head like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not as good as them, or, oh, I'm so stupid, just stop yourself. Take a moment, take a breath, and change the record. And just go, no, I'm actually pretty awesome. And I'm learning, and I love that I can learn and still be kind to myself. So that forgiveness card is really another reminder. Be gentle, be gentle, be gentle. Okay, so thank you, cards. So now I want to just tap into, just put our toes in the water of manifestation. How can we manifest what we want in life? How do you guys feel that you go with manifestation? So I know during my life, I've actually had a lot of things come to me that I've wanted. And some of my friends say, you're one of the best manifestors I know. And I'm going, I don't know what you mean. It's just, I've always done it. And I was thinking about this before today. And one of the things I remember as a child, I was probably only about 7. And I was going to a friend's birthday party that afternoon. And we all played this card game called Lolly on the Lady. And I was quite partial to lollies as a child. And I remember in the morning before I went in the afternoon, I went to do something. I went, oh, no, that's actually not a really good thing to do. I'm not going to do that. And what's going to happen is I'm actually going to win Lolly on the Lady and get the most lollies than anyone else. I'm going to have so many lollies. And I remember being outside and the sun was shining on me. I still remember it to this day. And going, yeah, I can feel it. This is going to happen. So then went to the party. I sort of forgot about it. Went to the party, had heaps of fun. It was like a euchre game where you have the jacks that are the winning cards. I just couldn't stop getting jacks. I couldn't lose. I ended up with a pile of lollies like this. I was just ecstatic. I did share some, not a lot. And then when I went home, I remember going, see, it really pays to be good. Because as a child, we were indoctrinated into thinking being good means that you're doing the right thing. Whereas in actual fact, it was my truth. When we are actually doing what's truthful for us and right for us, that's when we are on the right path to our manifestations. I didn't know that back then. I didn't mind. I got all the lollies I wanted. And from that moment on, it was almost like I had this inner knowing of how to manifest. So after that, I've had so many experiences of if I'd wanted to move somewhere, I'd go, right, I want somewhere that's just on the coast, really beautiful, want to live on my own. And sometimes it would take a few months for it to happen. I remember I was flying back from overseas and I would often get an image of where I was going to be living. But it was almost like God didn't want me to spoil the surprise for me. So I'd just get a taste of it. I remember I'd be meditating in the plane and all of a sudden I'd see yellow walls. And I was like, yellow walls, looks really small. Okay, all right, I've got to trust. And I got the message I hear as well. So I got the message, you may need to go up a little bit in what you're prepared to pay for rent. I went, okay, fine. So I asked, would this much be okay? Yep, that should cover it. Great. I got back. The first day I got back, I looked in the newspaper because that's what we used back then. It was newspapers to find places. And I saw this place. It just jumped out at me. I rang them, got in the car then and there and drove the hour down to the coast. And when I walked in, no word of a lie, I walked in and there were these yellow walls. And I went, this is it. And they opened up the curtains and it was right on the beach. Absolutely on the beach. There was some grass and a swimming pool and there was the beach. No road, no fences, nothing. And I went, because when I had the vision, they'd kept the curtains shut. And then I realised there was an upstairs area. That's why it had seemed so small to me. And as a child, again, I used to watch movies and go, oh, wow, how amazing would it be to live on the beach? You know, those beautiful movies, rustic house, beach. And it happened. That probably took nearly 25 years for that to manifest. And I'd forgotten I'd actually wanted that as a child. So for me, a lot of my experiences that I wanted to have as a child came about even 20, 25 years later. And every time I recognised, oh, I used to wish for that as a child. So there's a lot of power in a way a child actually desires things. And that's with the meditation today, why I brought through that beautiful green emerald. It's to activate that inner child and heal any trauma that we have in there so that we can start to manifest more and more and more. So what I want to do next week is actually start in how is a great way to start manifesting. Okay, so for now, I'm going to leave it there because otherwise this just gets too long. So what I'll do next week is I'll go through the process of how I manifest and also the research I've done around it and what I've found does work for me and sometimes doesn't work for me. So that's something to really look forward to because we all want to be able to get what we want at the end of the day, don't we? So thank you for joining me. Jasper, thank you for your wisdom. And as I said again, what are your takeaways from today? Can you commit to continuing to meditate every day? Are you journaling at all? Are you writing down what's happening for you as you do make these changes? Are you doing a beautiful ritual for yourself? Whatever that is for you with that intention. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.